Konnichiwa! Sensei Fry here, Ocean Aikido, Greene County Public Schools Martial Arts Club. Today I want to do a quick down and dirty video for you about different types of weapons that we'll be using in the dojo. This is nothing that you're required to buy at first. Eventually as we go along, it would be nice if once we learn the basic techniques and movements, everything that you do without a sword in Aikido can be done with a sword, because Aikido is actually based on sword art. So here's a bunch of different things, and we go over what they are. First and foremost, we have the bokken. A bokken is a symbol representative of the katana, the samurai sword. It's pretty long in length, and they come with a handguard and a little squishy thing to hold it in place. Typically, we don't use those. A lot of times they just get in the way. So bokken come in different styles. If you're looking to get into Aikido, not particularly our dojo, but in any dojo, there's not a lot of stuff you need to buy. Not like Taekwondo or other arts where you need to buy all this gear and all this brand name stuff. A lot of people join Aikido and they sink their money not only into their uniform, but with your three basic things: your bokken, your jo, and your tanto. So the bokken is something that's going to be very useful. You can buy an expensive bokken, and these are nice for kata. This is a cheapy little $10, $15 bokken. It's got splits and cracks and dings in it where we've actually smacked it against other bokken in practice. I've gone through so many of these, at least 4 or 5 of them in the last couple years because of the hard practice. No, we will not be smacking them so hard that they break and cause splinters in the dojo. I'm just saying in my training. This one is really nice. It's a lighter grained wood. It's a little deeper, nice. Lighter grained. I meant that it's a lighter color. It's a little prettier. So this one is for demonstrations. It's for doing katas, choreographed routines. This one is not for smacking against a tree or bopping against another one to show how hard anybody can hit. This type of bokken will run up to about $30, $30, $40. They run all the way up to a couple hundred, depending on what type of wood you get. There's beautiful purple heart wood, I think it's called. But the more expensive wood you get, the prettier it is. A lot of times, the more fragile your bokken is. For my money, you're better off with a $10 one that can break, and then you buy a new one, rather than starting off with a $50 bokken, and then you get a ding in it, and then you're upset. So the bokken is something that we will use. Eventually, it'd be nice if everybody could have one. Because we're using the school for storage, they're gracious to let us keep our mats there. I don't know how they'd be about us keeping a whole bunch of bokken and a whole bunch of jo. So the bokken is something that we're looking to get eventually. The jo. A bow staff is about 6 foot tall. The jo is roughly about 4 foot, I believe. The Joes run expensive for some reason. It's a little teeny piece of wood, but it tends to be expensive. This one was gifted to me by one of my students. I appreciate it. You can see the diameter. Hopefully you can see the diameter is a little different. This is a bow staff, which was thick, which was cut down to 4 foot. It's a 4 foot bow staff. And to show you the difference, let me see if I hold up the light here, show you the difference. The one that's browner is smaller in diameter. It's also a harder wood. This here is a lighter wood. It's got a stain on it, kind of. If you nick and ding it, it gets light colors underneath. In Aikido, you use a jo staff. We use it for defense. We use it for forms, for kata. That's also something else we'll be looking to getting into. The tanto. The samurai used to carry a knife. It was the typical dagger, utility knife. They come in different styles, different sizes. This is a really nice one. I think this one was about $15, $20. They're not sharp. They're not particularly pointy. There are rubber ones that we could use instead. A wooden one looks more nice and it looks traditional. No one ever gets hurt. This one was gifted to me by a student, a different student. Very gracious to have received this. It was a handmade bokken. I'm sorry, a handmade tanto. So when you buy a tanto, you're probably looking at something more of this design. These are the 3 basic things that you will need if you get into any Aikido school. You don't need them at first. No need to run out and make sure you've got all 3 by the first day of class. A lot of times your dojo will hook you up with a place. They may sell them, help your dojo out financially. If you're looking to get them yourself, good luck with the Jo, because there's places that they charge astronomical prices for a 4-foot little piece of wood. The Tanto, the Boken, ask your instructors what they think, and they'll be able to guide you. They've been in this game a lot longer. Some weapons that we may be getting into that aren't required. These are kind of uncommon for an Aikido dojo. A shinai. This is a real short one. The other ones are in the car and it's raining. I don't feel like going out there. The shinai is a bamboo sword. It has, of course, a handle, handguard. It's got a little string on here that represents the blade. These things are durable. The kids love it when we bring the shinai in and we let them do Boken exercises with the shinai where they can actually hit them together. They make an awesome sound. You can feel the impact, and they're made to be hit together. These things usually run about $20, $30. This is a short one. We really wouldn't use this. We would use one that's as long as the Boken. But that's something, again, that later on down the road, possibility of getting that. This, very unrequired, but I wanted to show you guys, is kind of cool. This is like a super duper Boken. It's called a suburito. It's representative of a boat oar. Basically, when you're taking baseball and you're swinging the bat and practicing, they have those metal circles that you can add to the weight, of the bat. This is the same thing. This is not something you would impact, not something you go out smacking a tree with, or buy two and hit them together. This is something you practice your swings and practice techniques with, and once you get used to the heaviness of this, you switch back to the Boken. It's so much lighter, you can go so much faster. Finally, this right here has been useful whenever I teach elementary school level. Currently, we can only accept middle and high school students in a martial arts club for the school. But this is a shodo. It's basically a wakizashi in wooden version. It's a teeny Boken. It's a Boken for teeny people. So this is nice to have. There's not a whole bunch that we will be doing with the middle school or high schoolers that we would need a short sword for. Everything that we do, we'd either use the Tanto or we would use the Boken. But that's just a general list. Any questions, any comments, please leave them below in the comment section. Just ask. Be kind. All right, till next time. Sayonara.